Hey guys, it's Dawn here. All right, I want to talk about yesterday's ride. That was my group ride number 3. I have been doing training rides to prepare for this group ride number 3. This will be my first group ride where it's like a bunch of people, and I have major social anxiety on top of my sensory issues, which are almost debilitating. But anyways, lots of training to prepare for that. It was supposed to be a 50 mile ride. It ended up being 80 miles total for 10 hours and 38 minutes. Now, definitely we had 2 charge breaks in there, and I just let it run the whole time. But from when I left my car to coming back to my car was 10 hours and 38 minutes that I was out. This was absolutely the biggest ride that I have done yet. 80 miles. Before that I could only do 34, 35 miles. I just got my RS last month. That was my first EUC ever. First time, we were first, right? Total miles on Drogo now is 340.8 miles total on him. That's my total experience. Our average speed was 18. My average speed was 18.6 miles an hour, and my high speed was 35.7, and that was beep 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 like that, and that is the 80% motor output beep. So that is, I don't have any of my other alarms set. They're all everything is turned off except for my 80% PWM motor output alarms. Okay, but if I just hit it real quick, then I only hear one beep. If I hit it and just keep going, then I get 3 beeps. If I keep going, I will hear all the beep 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 beep, like that. And so I at 35.7 miles an hour, I heard the beep beep beep, and then I was already backing off. I looked at it, so we hit 35.7. This was on a fresh battery when we first set out. Everyone took off, and so I did too. And yeah, 35.7. I made note of my high speed on my Garmin watch, and was like, okay, let's just keep it under there. And we did. I did. They took off because they all had bigger wheels than I. But yeah, so perfectly safe and everything. I'm going to go over all the things that I have learned on this. Because this ride was so long, I ended up doing night riding, which I didn't want to ever do, but I was semi-prepared for it because, me, I carry everything just in case, right? Lucky I did. So, let's see, lights. For the lights, I have 2 of these bicycle lights. I don't even bother with them unless they're at least thousands of lumens and stuff. So these are very powerful. I have 2 of them that I was going to put on Drogo for night riding. This wasn't supposed to be a night ride, so I didn't have them on me. Luckily, what I did carry on me as an absolute minimum, just an emergency to always carry on me, is I had this in a headlamp form. And where is, come here. And I had this, and lucky I had this because we did get stuck out late at night. This is very bright. It is in headlamp form, and then I was going to use it as headlamp form, but then I realized in a group ride, can't do that. You're going to blind everybody. So you got to hold it as a flashlight. But if I take it off of the headlamp form, I have to hold it like this as a flashlight. It's real weird. And I am wearing motorcycle gauntlet gloves. So it is very hard to feel this, and there's no lanyard or anything on this. What I needed was this flashlight. This flashlight, I would be able to put this over my gloves so that if it drops, or if I need to drop it, I need my hands, I can just drop it. I won't lose my flashlight. I can work this button through my gloves, and it is big enough to where I can feel it in my glove and I can hold it. Here is another point where big old wrist guards with big palm sliders would be difficult because it's hard to hold things like a selfie stick or a flashlight when you have those big palm sliders. So with this, I can hold it. It's still it's a little more difficult than gloves without, but still it's good. Okay, so for actual night riding, that is a problem. I only had these on me. I forgot to bring this. Not that I really forgot. I wasn't supposed to be night riding. But in here, you know what I needed? I needed this tint to be able to do night riding. I couldn't wear this at night. Couldn't see. So so then I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to try to ride at night without any eye protection because I can't see in these? Luckily, one of the guys had yellow lens glasses and he gave them to me. Thank you so much. And so I was able to wear those and have eye protection at night. Oh my gosh, so scared. And I had this, which I thought was totally ridiculous, and I was laughing the whole time I had this. I mean, when I first bought it, but now I am, oh my gosh, I just almost killed myself with the brightness of this light. It just shined right in my eyes. But now I am so grateful that I had this because it absolutely came in handy. It went over my full gear and my backpack, and I was visible because otherwise, you know, it would have been really bad. How do you turn off, please? Okay, I don't know how to work you. Oh, there we go. Okay. So luckily I had that. I am going to, if I knew it was going to be a night ride, I would have been better prepared. But at least I had some emergency night stuff, and that worked. It also got super cold. So I had this, which is just a very basic windbreaker rain overcoat thing. It's 2 layers. It's just something that is very light, very squishable. It squishes down into a pretty slim package. I can just shove this to the bottom of my backpack and just leave it there, and it's there in case I get cold. And I'm so glad I had 2 occasions where I needed this, and it totally worked, and I was very grateful that I packed this. So yes, this was a must-have. Other guys were freezing and they didn't pack something and they wished they had. This bag was perfect. I don't think I need you on me anymore. All right, my hip bag. This is a concealed carry hip bag or leg bag. It goes around your waist and then around your leg. This part really takes the weight off of this. This is super heavy, and super heavy because I put everything in here of things that I want to have on hand instead of the stuff in my backpack that I don't need on hand, right? So one of the things in here is, look, my big old 32 over 900 ml water bottle fits in here. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, you know, this is such a huge water bottle. Water is so heavy to carry. But this under 50-mile ride turned out to be 80-mile ride. I used every drop of this, and I was grateful that I had this water. I needed this water, and I needed this stuff in this bag. So yes, this bag is a huge win. I love it. Plus, I am now using my Garmin watch that gives me some basic stats on it. DarknessBot was working on an app to work with Garmin, but I messaged them. They said that they currently don't have an active developer. So no real updates or improvements until they do, I guess. So, you know, so sad about that, but they were going in that direction, and hopefully if anything improves and changes for them, they will continue down that road, and we will have an app for Garmin with DarknessBot. But like I said before, just knowing my speed and my distance and all that helps. And then at brake stops, then I could just do this, pull out my phone, look at my voltage, put it back in. My voltage tells me my battery life. Put it back in. It is completely protected. I have my screen side of my phone facing towards my thigh because this is up against my thigh. And then you have all of this stuff protecting and absorbing impacts in case of a crash to protect my phone. My phone is expensive. It is my emergency. It is my GPS if I get lost and I need, so my phone is my lifesaver. I need to keep it safe. I have played around with the idea of getting a second phone, a cheapo Android phone, to be able to access EUC World, because there's a lot of features in EUC World app that is great. I haven't made that jump yet. So far, this Garmin and my phone safely tucked away is working out for me. And I don't want to spend money that I don't have to spend. All right, another thing that I tested out was the mirror. I have been using this handheld mirror, wrist mirror. It's always on my glove. It's on there and it shows me everything. That it has a huge, it's huge. It shows me everything. I love this thing. The only bad thing about it is that it does take time to lift and do this. Sometimes you don't have that time. If you need to look real quick, you can flip, look, that can throw off your balance. Even that does take time to do that motion as well. So it's not the best. So I was like, okay, back to the helmet mirror. Now, I tried the helmet mirror. This was the first mirror option that I tried. And I couldn't do it at that time because I was still too new to EUCs. And the whole experience of trying to learn the EUC was already overstimulating. I was getting sensory overload. And then putting this on top of it with me constantly seeing little flickers of images or lights just flickering in this thing, way too much sensory overload. I cannot function. So I had to take this off. Well, now it's been a month and I'm better, and anyways, I can do this now. But yesterday was my first time trying it out. It is fiddly. I'm always fiddling with it, trying to see, but at least I can fiddle with it and still ride and still be pointing straight. And when it's working well, it works well. I can just glance. So I just glance up. Maybe I need to move my head a little bit or something just to see. But all I need to see if there's a person or a car or a bike or something behind me. So a quick glance. And then if I have the time and I want to get a better look, then I can lift my hand and then get a better look on what's behind me or something like that. This mirror is really tiny and small. This is a bicycle. I think like a handlebar or something. It's a much bigger mirror. Can I pop this mirror off and pop this one on instead? Will something this big affect I think it's going to be ridiculous. I don't think, but a mirror this size is a beautiful thing as far as vision goes. This works great in low speeds, not so great in high speeds. It was fiddly. I don't know why. I don't know if this thing was actually moving or it was the wind. We had horrible wind. Was the winds? I don't know, but it was very fiddly for me. But in the end, I liked having it. I like being able to glance. If I don't feel like I have any time, at least a glance to see if I see headlamps or a body behind me or something, right? That was very useful and safe, and it was good. So there was that. I do have a new helmet on the way, and it should be coming today. It was supposed to be here for the ride, this ride, but it didn't make it. This helmet, I think, was great for learning when I was overheating, when I was just sensory overload, and I was feeling so claustrophobic otherwise, and I was overheating and all that stuff. This helmet was great, and I was only doing low speed stuff. If I'm hitting 30, if I'm always around 30, 35 miles an hour, I need a full face, like, and with a visor. There have been so many times that I wish I had a visor like my motorcycle helmet. Anywhere from the security guard coming at my face and yelling at me from the Eastgate group ride, from getting caught in multiple sand, dirt devil, like whirlwinds, because riding in such windy conditions, all of this is catching the wind. It's not aerodynamic. You know, the wind is going in through here, coming out through here, and it's horrible. Yes, I can take off this visor to help with the wind, but I didn't, because I knew that my other helmet is already coming and I want to train my neck for that. So yesterday, with all of the wind and all that pulling my neck is totally sore today. But my new helmet is a Scorpion, Scorpion AT950, something like that. It is going to be a modular helmet. So it is going to be helmet, a little baby visor, and then the big visor that comes down. Big visor is going to be mirrored, so people cannot see me. If I get sensory overload or I need protection, I will do what I've always done with my motorcycle helmets, which is slam that visor down, and I am safe. No one can see me, and I'm safe. And I miss that. I miss that so much. I love how lightweight this helmet is and everything, and it has served me well, and I will continue to use it for lightweight situations. But for higher speeds, and when I need more sensory protection and wind protection and all of that, I'm going with the Scorpion AT950X. Never had a modular helmet before in my life, but this will be my first, and I'll let you know how that goes. A phone power bank. I got a small one, not the big brick. Small one. It was able to keep my phone to never go below 75%. So that was awesome. Jumping. I need to learn about jumping. Roger gave me some great tips on how to set up my pads and what I need to set up to be able to jump. I am able to jump off curbs, and one of my training days, what I did was I drove around town looking for a curb that was suitable for training me to jump off curbs, and then I did that several times. The curb that I found was Rite Aid. Rite Aid has a beautiful little walkway that goes around their building, and in front of their building and their entrance is this huge wide open curb, and it has ramps and it has all this stuff, and it was beautiful. I used that as my training grounds to train me how to jump off of curbs, and that was absolutely needed for the group ride because we jumped off a lot of curbs. I also did some off-roading training, and that came in handy because we did some off-roading stuff that was more intense than anything I had ever even trained on. But at least I got the training in beforehand so that I wasn't completely like all that. So anyways, this ride tested everything, and it showed me where I needed to improve and stuff like that. But I didn't have any crashes where my butt fell to the ground. I had 2 dismounts, and my tether kept my thing safe. The biggest thing, my biggest weakness, where am I in time? Okay, just real quick, is still mounting. And I know, and the thing is, it's not that I can't mount. I can mount just fine when I am alone, when I am in the daytime and there's no one looking at me. But you start putting me in a high stress situation, like the highest stress was in the front of a huge intersection, and all of a sudden all the guys are yelling, go, 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 go. And I know all the cars are looking at me, and I'm not going to be able to do it. I cannot do it. I am freaking out inside. I'm getting cross-eyed from all of the stress. But if I have this on me, I have trained myself to use this as a focus point. Basically, what I do is I block and I push all of that anxiety aside. I only focus on the stick, and I am able to mount and get out of that situation. That is what the stick is for. The stick isn't for every, but anyways, major sensory issues. All right. So with my coping mechanisms and stuff, I was able to survive that, and it was a huge learning experience. There were many, many more lessons that came from that. It'll have to be other videos because I'm way out of time. Thank you for joining me today. Hope any of that information helped. Let me know if you want more details of anything else, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.